Hello friends, today we have ourselves a little day in the life kind of a video. I've been on a lot of big projects recently that have taken multiple days and it's been strung out over some weeks, and I've just had a hard time filming an exact job for you to have it ready for this week's video. So I think it's going to be best if I just give you a snippet of the job we're working on right now. First things first, I got the dump truck parked back here. We need to take this thing and run it to the landfill quick because we have a bunch of trash that we need to dump from a job recently here. Just a bunch of mixed materials, wood stuff, chain link fence, some concrete on the posts. I hired a helper recently and it's his second week on the job now. I'm gonna run dump this stuff and meet him at the job site. He's gonna get here in about 30 minutes or so, get in the new to us service truck and meet me at the job site. So we got all the tools and the dump truck on the job site. The equipment's already there and we'll be able to get moving right away. But oh boy, that sky is not looking friendly. There is a chance of rain today. I'm wondering if we're gonna get wet partway through the day. I'm gonna run in and talk to the office and see where we gotta go. Well, that was easy enough. She gave me some instructions and we're gonna go up around here and up the hill and hopefully I can find a spot to dump. Whenever I come to a landfill or a recycling center or anything like that, they always give me instructions, and you know, you're working off of the good old turn left at this scrap pile and turn right at that hole in the ground, and most of the time I end up in the right spot, but occasionally, once upon a time, I don't find the right spot. Like most old gravel yards around here and scrap yards and that kind of thing, they got a bunch of cool equipment sitting around. It's all worn all the way out and probably never salvageable, but they let it sit because it's good for parts, I suppose. Alright, there's our dump spot. Looks like they got it nice and clean, which is nice. Don't have to worry about backing up over debris or nothing. Got a nice view over the woods there. Wow. That is just really beautiful this morning. The mist rising up through the trees and everything. This place smells way less worse than like a traditional sanitary landfill where house rubbish goes to. This just smells like a torn down or burned out house. Them rubbish places smell awful. Ready to head to the job site now, but first we gotta stop at the fuel station. We need fuel bad. This is probably gonna hurt. Yep, sure enough. Ain't no fun. Back on the road again. Well, here we are pulling up to the job site. Gonna flip on our hazards and our strobes. Gonna let some traffic pass and we'll get backed in. Looks like it rained here recently. This time of year we get a lot of scattered thunderstorms, and I didn't get much rain at my house, but the job site's only 20 minutes away. It looks like it got doused pretty good. Back up all the way here, get this truck out of the way. Oh yeah, it's slimy here. Some standing water in some spots. We made sure this job had decent positive drainage before we left yesterday, just because there was a chance it might get rained on. Aiden was going ahead and scraping off some of the slime so we can get a truck backed in here. We want to fill this low spot in There used to be a really small like pond, I guess. It was more like a giant mud puddle there. And we're filling that in and grading off this whole lot, make it nice and smooth and mowable. There used to be like 30 some trees in here. We took all them out, chipped them all, hauled the chips and stuff out yesterday. And now we're just doing the grade work today. Well, I pushed and pushed and pushed, and we've got just about all the topsoil off of the spot that we're gonna lower and cut some dirt out of. So that's what I was able to salvage back there. There's still just a smidge on top here, just a smear from me tracking around and it falling out of the tracks and running back over it. But other than that, it's mostly clay and that kind of thing below there. This whole yard, the situation is that the previous owner just had a big hole here. It was all down there at that elevation, and they just accepted free fill. So whatever they could get, they got it in here, and that's why it's, you know, it's really high right there, tapers off over here, but then there's a big shelf and it goes really down hard. And so the reason we're here is the client wants a nice mowable yard that she doesn't have to push mow. You wouldn't have guessed it by looking at it now because it's all nice and open, but there was trees and brush and bushes and all sorts of stuff all over the place, plus this odd terrain and that really steep bank over there just made it really hard to maintain. What we're gonna do here now is we're gonna take this high spot, which I don't think you can see real well on camera, but we're gonna take this high spot right here and we're gonna push it, and we're gonna push it down to the low area there. We're gonna take the ridge, the sharp angle out of that ridge right there along the weeds. We're gonna push that down to this low spot where this little pond puddle used to be. Ultimately, it's going to make things a lot nicer to maintain and make them easier to mow. To be able to have a nice, big, grassy front yard that you can see the house from the road and everything like that. Whereas previously, I mean, I think we took out like 30 trees in here. It was just, they were all small, like crab apples and that kind of thing, but they were just, it was so bushy and brushy and just wasn't nice. So we do have the gas line running across here, right in the high spot, and because this was all filled, I don't know, it could be 6 feet down or it could be closer to what it's supposed to be, you know, 24 inches down or something like that. So we're gonna do a little bit of work. We're gonna try and expose the spot because we need to push a little bit of dirt off of this portion right here. We'll see what we come up with. I am not interested in wrecking a gas line today, so we're gonna go nice and slow and careful and gentle. Like how the barrier between the topsoil and the clay is not real clean and simple. It's like these two big old stripes right here, and then it kind of merges into one, and all at the same elevation. So just kind of a trick, just because the way this lot was filled, to get all the topsoil separated completely. But that's okay. We'll just do the best we can. That's all we can do. Aiden's down there digging by hand. We've got he's timid because I had him doing this for me a couple days ago, and we accidentally cut a phone line with the shovel. So you'll have that occasionally, but that's okay. Just part of the learning experience. It happens to everybody. Well, as you can see here, Aiden got a small trench, dug the whole way across the hole. It's about 6 inches deep. Now we know the pipe is not around 6 inches, so I'm going to go ahead and scrape this hole. Finding utilities the right way is always such a slow process, but it's way better than wrecking the utilities and having to fix them or have somebody else fix them. So I think we're gonna go down one more cycle here. We'll have Aiden dig another 6-inch trench the whole way across. In the meantime, I'm gonna run over here real quick and check on our pump. Oh, it's almost done. There's a tiny little bit of water in there. Stick pump, that thing's pretty handy. We went through, it does go through the batteries. We went through a couple yesterday, but for something small, it's really nice. It's a little snapping turtle right there. Sorry to interrupt your home, buddy. I'm just gonna let you crawl out on your own because I don't want to lose a finger, though I don't think he's quite big enough to do too much damage. I don't want to find out. Alright, we're coming back to clean this out again. We did not find the pipe, but I think this is probably gonna be our last exploration effort because we don't need to find it. We just gotta make sure it's not any deeper than we're gonna be peeling the ground off. And we're definitely not gonna go this deep. So that was scary. That was just a rock. There's all sorts of debris. Alrighty, it's time to get back in the skid steer and start pushing. Thankfully, the sun's starting to come out. Hopefully that'll kind of dry up the tacky bit of moisture we still got sticking around right now. Well, I'm pushing back and forth here. Back up and pushing forth, I guess. And, you know, just a variety of soils here. But basically all I'm doing is trying to knock off that high spot and push it down into this low spot. It's not a fast process with this machine, but I think we'll get it done today, which is the important part. So we just gotta keep at it. We got Aiden over there moving a little bit there with the excavator. That's definitely something we could do faster with this machine. But this machine is occupied here, and he doesn't have any other tasks to handle right now, and we need some practice on that machine. So I thought it'd be a good opportunity to let him get some time in that seat. There I am making a mess of my grade. Alrighty folks, this is looking pretty good. We're not there yet. I want to bring that up a little bit higher, but it's looking like we're gonna have enough dirt. I might even call off. We are having some dirt delivered. I got some dirt down the road from another job site that was coming out here. Might call that guy off after his next load, we'll see. But I did make a big mistake here. I accidentally fell into the hole that we dug to find the gas line. As you can see here, this track is just barely off the ground. And we're sitting on the tail and sitting on the bucket. So I'm gonna see if I can get out of here. I was just trying to peel off the side of it over here. You know, I was just trying to kind of come in there and peel the side off, and I just got too close and was talking to Aiden on the intercom and wasn't paying attention, and whoop, in she went. That worked out better than I thought it would. That was easy. Thankfully that one wasn't too bad. Sometimes you get stuff stuck and you spend the rest of the day fixing it. So I knew that wasn't gonna be that bad, but it still went easier than I thought. Well, there we have it. Pond that was there is all filled in, and the rest of the yard is grayed out real nice and smooth and got drainage everywhere. It all slopes down to the tree line here. Way better than it was. Should be so much easier to mow now. The last thing we gotta do is respread topsoil everywhere, so let's get to it. It's gonna be tricky and probably not gonna get all the way done today because I scraped it up this morning when it was wet. I mean, it was really wet, and wet topsoil does not respread very well. Not very well at all. So we're gonna go ahead and spread it out, and then we're probably gonna have to let it dry and come back and kind of break it up and make it nice and ready to plant grass another time. But let's just get it spread today so it can start drying. Alrighty, there we go. We got all the topsoil spread out. It looks pretty good for being wet. I think I'm gonna have to come back after it dries for a day or two and kind of just hit it once more to kind of break up some of the wet stuff. It's not terrible, but it's not ready for seed. It needs some love yet. So it's time to go home. I'm really ready to go home. It's the end of the week for us, so we're gonna load up this piece, load up that piece, and get out. We're rolling out of here in convoy fashion. Aiden's up there with the pickup. This drive is really hard to see past the greenery to get out of. So he's gonna pull out there and kind of hold up traffic while I get out. And That's about the safest thing we can do. This truck just moves so slow, and I gotta get all the way into the opposing lane to get out without destroying the shoulder and getting hung up in a ditch. Alrighty, now we're underway. Alrighty, we got just one more task for the day. We gotta back this big old thing into the driveway. See if we can get it in one shot. Oh, gotta run over the sidewalk a little. Get her straightened up. No, I spoke too soon. I'll get in the driveway here and let traffic go by before I pull forward and straighten her up. There we go. All the way back now. Aiden's back there to stop me before I get the tail over the grass so don't kill it. Give me a little more, a little more, a little more. Stop there. And just like that, we're home, but the day's not over yet. I got some things to do. I need to work on getting the giggle lights on top of the Ford fixed up and some other things, but essentially the day is pretty much over. So thanks so much for riding along with me today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was fun for you and you maybe learned something. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. It helps the channel so much and it helps me make videos like this for you guys to watch. I love you guys. We'll see you next time.